Mitt Romney was criticizing John McCain for running independent ads that were clearly in favor of John McCain in a way that seemed to skirt some of the electoral financing issues, the ones that, of course, John McCain himself champions. And Romney said, oh, you're being hypocritical. And John McCain threw a little barb at Mitt Romney about how many times he flip-flops, which is good, and he's right. And then went on to say, hey, you know what? Overall, they got to stop running these ads, even though they support me, and it's by a guy who used to work for John McCain. And he was very clear about it. There's two ways to answer that. One is the Bush way, where he's like, oh, somebody's running attack ads against my opponent. Well, I don't know them. How could I make them stop? Okay, that means you're totally in favor of it. Green light, keep going forward. Run as much dirt as you want on my opponent. Okay, and then there's the way John McCain answered it. He's like, no, you don't understand. You really need to stop. I'm not in favor of this at all. In fact, I'm completely opposed to it. And I wish I could tell the person who was running it, but I can't for campaign reasons, for legal reasons. He can't communicate with that guy. But I'm telling him through the press now, stop it. I don't want you to run any ads, and it's wrong. And it perverts the process. I was like, damn, that's strong. McCain is beginning to gain 25% of the respect back that I had for him. Let me give you some of the quotes that he said in this regard. He said, quote, anyone who believes they could assist my campaign by exploiting a loophole in campaign finance laws is doing me and our country a disservice. He's saying this about people who are running ads in his favor. Okay? He continued, I ask all my donors and supporters, including Mr. Reid, to cease and desist immediately from supporting any independent expenditures that might be construed as benefiting my campaign indirectly. If you respect me or my principles, I urge you to refrain from using my name and image in any ads or other activities. That's as strong as it gets.
It really is, and it shows, that's what we used to love about him back in 2000 when we both were gulping the McCain Kool-Aid, was that I liked how he was strong and did do things on principle, and that's why I broke up with him with this new, campaign, once he started going to Bob Jones and acting in ways that were against how he actually felt. So it's good to see him come back a little bit.
God, that was so disappointing when he went and kissed up to the Christian right. It really was.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
It was, like I said, it was the great unmanning of John McCain. And the Vietnamese couldn't break him, and then to have these really despicable guys in America, the worst people in America, to break him and his principles, it was just a terrible thing to see. It's good to see that he's doing the right things, even if it's a little bit at a time here at the campaign. And among the Republicans, I mean, at this point, he's back. There's a surge in John McCain from what I'm seeing, and it's based on the facts that I'm seeing in the campaigns. I mean, I'd rather have him over the other guys in a heartbeat on the Republican side. So that's my thoughts on that. All right. Real quick here, let's give you one fun story before we take the break. Speaking of the other side, Rudy Giuliani, one of his top campaign guys supporting for him in New York, a former Representative John Sweeney, just caught with, of course, not just drunk driving, .18, which is really, really high, but also with a 23-year-old in his lap.
Ouch. Ouch. How old is he? Probably not 24, right?
No, he's not. It's funny. I can't.
Was it a male or a female?
That's a great question.
That's one you got to ask.
In this case, hey, listen, not that it would have made a difference either way, but it was a female. The cop noticed the car driving erratically, and when he pulled him over, he realized why. Because even before he realized that the guy was stinking drunk, because he had the girl in his lap, literally.
Oh, you weren't just using that as a euphemism for like, with a girl on his lap.
Like no. Yeah, the girl was in his lap while he was driving the car.
Giuliani seems to have a lot of miscreants and guys who just keep getting in trouble on his side. You know what I mean? Every time somebody gets busted for trying to have sex in a bathroom or driving around with a girl on his lap, it always is a Giuliani guy.
Well, there was
watch out for.
There was the priest who might have been a pedophile. There's this guy. There's a couple other guys. But to be fair, it's not all Giuliani. The guy caught in the bathroom in Florida was John McCain's guy, and the guy caught in bathroom in Minnesota was Mitt Romney's guy.
But the coke dealer in South Carolina was Giuliani's guy.
That's right.
Bernie Carrick is a Giuliani guy.
Right.
It's so hard to keep these things straight.
Exactly. But look, the thing is, to be fair to all of them, how does Mitt Romney know that Larry Craig's doing dudes in a bathroom, right? There's no way John McCain knows Bob Allen at all enough to know that he's asking for to give out sex for $20 in a male bathroom in Florida, etc. The only one that I think is real is Bernie Kerik with Giuliani. Not that the others aren't real. I know it matters a little bit, but the one that really counts, because Kerik was Giuliani's right-hand man. If he trusted Kerik, and then Kerik has mob ties and is indicted for crime after crime after crime, that shows poor judgment. So,
and the worst one with Kerik, the one that, all the other stuff is bad, but the one that got me was when they donated an apartment to him that overlooked Ground Zero and said this is to be a resting place for all the cops and firefighters who are working to clean the debris and find the bodies. We want to donate this gorgeous penthouse apartment so that, they have a place to go. And he wouldn't let them go and instead used it as a love nest with his mistress.
No.
That, to me, summed it up.
No, Chrissy, just to be fair again, with his 2 mistresses.
Oh, sorry, but 2 mistresses.
But
I just got the shivers.
But he's a classy guy. He never took his wife there.